I think first and foremost, veterinarians need to recognize what the barriers to entry are. And that is that people don't like putting their cat in a carrier. That's the start of it. They fear going to the vet. They fear waiting in the lobby with a Great Dane that's barking and terrifying their cat. So whatever your little barriers are, you need to first say, what are they and how can we overcome them? The second thing is, I think, being more proactive. 2 years ago, well, actually it's been almost 3 now, we set out an initiative to really grow our feline market. We knew that it was slipping. We knew we could do better. And one of the first and most simple steps that we took was when we were booking an appointment on the phone, we would say, hey, Mrs. Smith, let me get your email address. I want to send you a handout. And what that did was serve 2 purposes. One, we made sure we had their current email address because I'm all about email communications. And number 2, we gave them simple tips that they could use. And I think that maybe the tips don't work for every cat, but it shows that we are taking steps to try and make it better, more comfortable, easier for our pet patients. So that's always a step in the right direction. If people know you're trying, most of the time they go, hey, this is beneficial. Right. So send out, just book it every time you do this. The second thing is I got very active on social media. I mean, you know how active I am in the social media realm, and I started asking people, why aren't you bringing your cat? And I know that many veterinarians don't want to do that with their own clientele, so use people like myself and others who have a large, Facebook presence or Twitter presence. And when we ask these questions, the answers come back uniformly too much stress. It's almost never about the cost, it's always about the stress. So recognize it. Then, of course, you mentioned facial pheromones, different waiting rooms. I'll tell you right now, we executed a no-wait policy for cats. That was one of our first steps. And we said that if you show up on your appointment time, we will go straight into the exam room. And that was a huge barrier for people because they feared our lobby. Because when I started asking my clients, why aren't you bringing your cat in? Believe it or not, fear of waiting in the lobby was it sparked. So be careful. Whatever it is, go out, ask your clients. Don't be afraid to ask them. And if you don't want to ask them, at least look to other people that are. So I like all these initiatives.